So there you go. If you're brand new to Japanese, this is probably good enough to start, but more than likely you aren't, and so you're going to want to start off MorphMan with giving it a bunch of your external knowledge. So there's a couple different ways to do that, but the main way is to set the external.db. So effectively, when generating your database that contains all your knowledge, which is referred to as all.db, it will first take everything that's in the external.db file. So we can fill that up with some stuff we already know. For example, I just took this from a Wikipedia page and take that database, and let's say that you can read a book or watch some episode of some show to reasonable level. You can take all that knowledge that you have, create MorphMan databases from them, create unions of these and whatnot, and finally, save the results to external.db. So my recommendation is to keep all your external knowledge separate, so that you can combine them all at the end. For example, have external dot, the name of some book you read, or external dot, the name of some article that you were, reading in your browser, and then merge all of these into external.db. That way, if you have to add new stuff, it's much easier just to merge it in instead of recalculating everything from scratch. So now, let's assume that you didn't have any great example of your existing knowledge through books or articles or something. So another way is whenever you see the card that you already know, you could suspend it, but that's not so great because then MorphMan doesn't know that your knowledge of that is known already, and so it'll continue treating that as an unknown in future cards. So one way to fix this is to add the tag already known to a card. So you can add the tag already known to a card to make MorphMan treat it as if it was already known through some sort of external knowledge. So for example, the first card here is pretty simple. We already know that. In fact, the next couple ones are just going to be a couple of particles, so we can add the tag manually, like this. Probably add it to a few of these. And then we can have MorphMan recalculate. And if we look at that, our CDs are now treated as known. We'll suspend those. And now we still have some irritating ones, but we did unlock a couple more sentences in our known +1 pile. But regardless, setting the already known manually is a little bit irritating. So when you're reviewing, there's a shortcut for this. If you hit the letter K, it will tag the card as already known and skip it. If you notice a little pop-up in the bottom left there, it also not only buries the card that you tagged with already known, but will also bury any other known +1 card that has the same focus morpheme. Similarly, when you answer a card, it also does this. That way, you don't have to always recalculate MorphMan between every single review you do of a new card, and to avoid getting duplicates. So we can hit this for a couple more. So now we have a little bit more basic words under our plate. If we recalculate, we'll hopefully get some more interesting stuff. Yes, and we have to spend the simple ones now again. Alright, so now we have a somewhat more interesting word.